What's up guys, it's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides, and I am back at Subaru Port Richey. Spencer, everybody here, they love Raiti's Rides. They open up the doors for Tom and I'm able to just grab whatever I want and film it for you guys. I was walking around, I said, you know what? I haven't done a white STI. Well, good news. Not only do I have this beautiful white STI here, but this is also a limited and a wing delete, because I know that it's not everybody's thing to have the big, huge STI wings. So it's nice. It's wonderful that Subaru gives you options. Now, I know a lot of you are like, Subaru, what the hell are you doing? Why do you keep just making the same car? When are you going to up your game? Well, guess what? It is coming. 2020 is going to be an all-new Subaru, okay? New WRX, new STI, so get ready for that. But in the meantime, we still have some very capable machines like this one. So this is a 2017. Remember, this design came out in 2015. So it's been around for a little while, 3 years. They did do a light refresh for 2018. So when I go over this car, this one's gonna be exact as a 2015. If you go into your dealership and you wanna look at a brand new one, there are gonna be some changes. Some people say they're positive changes, some people say they're not. That's up to you. I'm not here to make decisions for you. If you know anything about the Subaru brand, you know that they really put down their roots in rally racing. And when they came out with the Impreza in the early 90s, that changed the game. Now, I know when you look at this window sticker, it doesn't say Impreza. This model is still based off an Impreza. I'm telling you right now, it is. May not say it on the window sticker, but just because it doesn't say it, doesn't mean it's not true. But anyways, 2002 is when the WRX was finally brought to the United States. We waited so long. The Japanese were having fun. The Europeans were having fun. Finally, Subaru said, hey, do Americans like all-wheel drive, turbocharged rally cars? Hell yes, we do. That's what we showed them. In 2004 is when Subaru finally brought the STI to our shores. Now remember, STI, is that a weird sexually transmitted infection? No. That stands for Subaru Technica International. And that is the branch of Subaru that handles all their rally racing and also now road racing as well. Subaru's been very successful in the 24 hours of the Nürburgring over in Germany. But anyways, that's enough talk about Subaru. Let's check out this one. I really like, when they came on the scene, as a lot of you know, I owned a 2015 Subaru WRX STI. Mine was World Rally Blue. I do like it in this really nice white. I like how it's got a pearl metallic to it, really pops in this hot Florida sun. For 2015, all redesigned. No more was there a choice. You had to go sedan. The only choice that they were giving you was whether you wanted a wing delete in 2017, but you couldn't get a hatch anymore. So all these are sedans. I really, really love the front. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but if you look at an older Subaru WRX or STI, say like from late 90s, this has the look to it. It really does. I know a lot of people say, oh, it looks like an Evo. All right, it does have some styling features that are similar to an Evo, but I'm telling you, you could really see that late 90s WRX and STI in this car. I really like the headlights. Remember, you have the LEDs on the 2015 and also obviously 16, 17, 18. I also like the LED marker lights. These look really cool at night. Very nice touch. Now, what a lot of people love about the 2015 to 2017 is this piece right here. This still had the fog lights. If you go get a 2018 STI, no more fog lights, only on the WRX. So that's something that either you love it, you hate it, or you're in the middle. I don't know. I do like what they did with the front grille area. I like the piano black finish on the bottom. And there's that wonderful STI logo. Now remember, traditionally, this logo was not reddish. It was more pinkish because it matched the colors of those cherry blossoms outside the factory at the STI headquarters in Japan. Very nice touch. Now, one thing I would like to add to this is they make a very nice STI lower lip spoiler down here. Really sets off the aggressiveness of the car. You could get it right from the Subaru catalog. You could even order it if you're ordering your car from Subaru with it automatically on when it gets to the port. they'll put it on at the port. But I like the finish. Remember, there's no front mount intercooler. That's what this baby's for. This is a functional hood scoop, has been that mainstay on WRXs and STIs. The reason why it's there is to force feed air to that top mount intercooler. Remember, underneath the hood, 2.5 liter, flat 4, turbocharged engine putting out 305 horsepower. I know a lot of you are like, yeah, we already know that. When's Subaru gonna change it? 2020, mark your calendar, it's coming. It's not the end of the world, it's all new Subaru, WRX STI. Let's check out the side. I'm finally happy to see that they went with a really nice style wheel for both the limited and the standard STI. So I at first didn't like the look of these BBS wheels. These are forged wheels, BBS, great company. Forged wheel is gonna be lighter, it's gonna be stronger. There's the black Brembo caliper, 4-piston caliper. Now remember, on a 2018 STI, they come in those day glow yellow 6-piston calipers, and instead of an 18-inch wheel, you get a 19-inch wheel. Some people like it, some people don't. That's what's nice about life. You have choices. Very, very nice finish, but these wheels are specific to a limited. If you get a standard STI, it's a totally different style wheel. I've always liked the flared fenders on a WRX and an STI. That's what makes it part of that aggressive look. I wish more cars did this, and I'm hoping that whatever Subaru pulls out of their rear end for 2020, they better have some flared fenders. I personally would go with a little bit more flared fender. Why not? It really sets it apart from the rest of the crowd when you're out in the street or at your local car gathering. One thing I'm not really the largest fan of, and I know there's been lots of discussion about this, is how large these windows are and how tall the roof is. Maybe if it was just a little bit smaller, it'd make the car look a little bit more sporty, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Limiteds come with a sunroof. It's one of those things you gotta ask yourself, do you want that? Some people don't want a sunroof, because remember, when you have a sunroof, you are gonna lose some of that structural rigidity, and if that's something that's important to you, doing track days or whatever, you might wanna take that into consideration. Here's another part that I like that they did is the lower sill down here. I like the way it comes out. Very aggressive, but it doesn't come out too much. You don't have to really worry about banging the hell out of it when you get in and out of the car. Maybe if you have kids, just give them a heads up. Hey, watch dad's car, watch mom's car. I don't want to scratch the paint. I know I would do that. But anyways, that lower sill. Finishing out the back now, here's where it would be. I wouldn't be able to do this. You'd have the big, huge STI wing that is STI specific. It's a functional wing. Yes, I know 80 miles an hour is where you need to get that speed to get the functionality, but it is a functional wing. It's not just all show and no go. I do really like this though. I do like the lower trunk lip spoiler that they put on the spoiler delete. I'm glad that they don't just give you blank nothing. I like the way that they actually have, instead of the spoiler, you get a nice little kick up, very, very nice touch. And I really, really like, with this car being white, I like the way, always on a white car, how the red taillights really pop, that red STI badging, very nicely done. And you can see for 2015, and this being a 2017, how the rear end of the car, they changed all that for that new model year in 2015. Now, if you go get a 2018, guess what? No need to go to the back of the car because it looks just like this 2017. Well, I would check it out to make sure there's no damage before you buy it, but you're not going to see anything different than this 2017. Enough talk about the outside. Let's go take a look at that tried, true steed of an engine, that 2.5 underneath the hood. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, here we are underneath the hood of the STI. Nothing new. I know you're seeing it right now, watching me on your computer or your phone or whatever. Nothing new, but hey, it is what it is. 305 horsepower, 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. What's wonderful about this engine is going to be that eargasm that you have by hearing the sound of this engine, especially if you put any kind of exhaust on. I don't care if it's turbo back, cat back, axle back, baffles drilled out, whatever you're doing, the boxer rumble of this engine is just, it produces an eargasm. That's the best thing I could say. I do like the way, no plastic covering all over the place. I like the red on the intake plenum here. That is something that's always been an STI specific. Top mount intercooler. This is one of those things where you can produce more horsepower out of these. And I know everybody says, the ringlings, you're gonna blow the engine. Listen, I've owned 3 different STIs, put tons of miles on them, never had an issue. Now, I know that's just me, but guess what? There are a lot of other Subaru owners out there that haven't had issues. You don't have to worry about it. Just do it smart. Don't put a bunch of crap on it and then don't get it tuned. Take it to a place where you know the tuner, you know they do a good job, and they'll be able to not only get the most power out of it, but it's going to make sure that it's reliable at the end of the day. You've seen this before, you've seen it again. Let's go ahead and check out that interior, because that's where Subaru really started upping their game in 2015. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, I'm inside the 2017 Subaru STI Limited. It feels like home. Every time I get into an STI, it feels like home. One of the things I've always been disappointed about is I'm not really a sunroof guy. Never have, never really loved them. And for me, it's kind of been a bummer because I haven't been able to get leather seats in an STI. Well, guess what? In the Limited, you do get these wonderful leather seats. I wish that they offered these as an option in the standard STI. I love the leather material, and I really like the way they brought some red in there to connect that whole STI branding. I'm gonna have Tom show you on the door panel. That's another place. You can see on the leather armrest and the leather backing there, you have some beautiful red contrast stitching. This is where really the materials are getting a lot better. If you have been in like say a 2007, I had a 2006 STI, big difference. Even though I missed the hell out of that 2006 STI, big difference in the quality of the materials. Some people still say they have a way to go, and guess what? They are gonna get better, but really nice place. You have the faux carbon fiber trim on this particular model. Now remember, for 2018, they got rid of it. It's a piano black. I do like the piano black a little bit better. Faux carbon fiber is, just carbon fiber in general, seems like it's getting played out a lot, but it is what it is at the end of the day. You have that really tried and true. Now you may say what you want to say about the ringlands and all that crap, but you're not going to say any bad things about this transmission. This gearbox can handle your mods. I've seen cars, STI 650 horsepower, 700 horsepower with a stock gearbox, handle it just fine. I love the short throws. I love that mechanical feel. It really has a nice mechanical feel to it. And it just, what they're doing with the leather, with the red stitching, here's another nice thing that I like on STIs. At night, this actually lights up. I know it's kind of dorky, but it is cool just to have that touch. And then really what separates an STI from the WRX is going to be not only the SI drive, but the C-diff controls. So you have on this car Sport, Sport Sharp, and then you press Intelligent if you're worried about your gas economy. Why you'd worry about that in an STI is beyond me. You're driving a high-performance vehicle. Another nice touch is you could actually send more power to the front or more power to the rear. My advice is this to you. There are 3 already computer setup settings for it. Setup. But anyways, already built in from Subaru. My advice is just go through those and use those. Once you go into manual mode and you start messing around with this, if you don't know what you're doing, you could cause damage to the differentials, especially if you put it in full lock mode. If you're driving on a regular asphalt road, especially if it's dry, and the diffs are in full lock mode setting, you're gonna damage those diffs. You're gonna heat them up so bad, you're gonna have problems. So my advice is leave it in auto. If you wanna play around with it, depending on the conditions, go ahead. I guarantee you, probably 6 out of 10 Subaru STI owners probably never even touched this part. Yeah, go ahead and you could do your SI drive, but this part, because it's one of those things that, especially if you're just driving on the road on a regular daily basis, you're not even gonna notice it. Where this is gonna come into play is when the conditions go from bad to worse, you're doing an autocross, you're doing a track day event, or if you're off-road. If you're doing a dirt road somewhere or snow, you want those diffs in full lock mode. So that's my advice from me to you. Another thing I like, and I know this is gonna sound lame, I like it when cars have this. I like it when they have a cover for the cup holders. In my RS, there is no cover. It's nice to have that because it just cleans up the look of the car. One big zonk, and I'll keep saying it until the day I die, is this center armrest. This thing, I guess if you're doing one of these type of deals, maybe this would be the way to go, but this armrest needs to be a little higher. It would be perfect right there. Yes, before you start putting it in the comment section, you can get an optional raisable armrest. Here's the thing that sucks about that armrest. It's not made out of leather. It's like this urethane rubber or something. I don't even know if you might get in some type of bad reaction from it, depending on your skin condition. But anyways, that needs to be the same material. But I do like the way it's leather. It's got the red contrast stitching, just like on the seats. Please, can we just have it go up a little bit higher? I don't think it's that big of a deal. Another thing that's going to be my favorite, and I'm going to have Tom come around to this side. So I'll see you in 1 second. All right, guys, here we are. This is the driver's end of the business. I will say it again. I know I've said some things that I didn't like about the interior. I love being behind the wheel of an STI. I love the shape of the steering wheel. It's got the flat bottom finish. This is plastic, but you know what? It looks good. It breaks up the black. On a 2018, this is going to be piano black. I do like the way they have all the controls very centered and inward. Very good grip, especially that 9 and 2. If you're a 9 and 2 kind of person, very, very nice grip. Tom, I'm going to have you go ahead and show my feet down there. The pedals. I think Subaru STI pedals have got to be one of the greatest set of pedals ever. From the moment you get behind the wheel of this car and put your feet down there, they're just properly placed. I like the way that they're aluminum. I like the way the dead pedal here is aluminum. Just really rounds it all out. And one thing I like is where the gas pedal is compared to the brake lever. When you go to step on that brake pedal, this allows you to heel-toe downshift so nicely, it's like it just happens. A lot of cars, including my RS, did not come that way from the factory. So that's one thing I definitely want to give a big thumbs up to Subaru, is the placement of these pedals. Very, very nicely done. The clutch is not heavy in these cars, has great feedback that even allows somebody who's a novice to really pick it up. Here's another thing. Remember how I was telling you about how Subaru upped the interior? Just simple stuff like this. This nice aluminum trim here says STI, very nice finish. All right, one thing that I really think that Subaru just hits the nail on the head are their gauges. Check this out when I go to start it up. I love the way the gauges do a full sweep. I like the red back lighting. That's something that if you buy a brand new one, you're not gonna get that red gauges. You're gonna get, they're white. Some people don't care. I like the look. It's really nice. I'm gonna also go ahead and show you on the left side of that LED screen. So you're looking at the center LED, you should see where it says C-Diff, and you see the big word auto. Let me go ahead and just show you, if I put it into manual, this is what it looks like as you're sending more power front to rear, and then there's that full lock. Only do full lock if you're on snow, dirt, or gravel. That's my advice to you. Another thing is you'll be able to notice as well is you see how it actually has like a little dyno graph there. There it is in Sport. I'm going to go ahead and put in Sport Sharp, and you can see how it changes. Sport, Sport Sharp. The power delivery is going to be a little bit more instantaneous in Sport Sharp. You get a little bit different throttle feeling. One thing you'll know about these STIs is there is no electric steering. That's another thing I really like. It's that old-fashioned hydraulic steering. It really gives you great feedback. So if you do mess with the adjustments with Sport Sharp, there's going to be no difference with how the car actually steers. It's only going to be the throttle, and it's going to be that power delivery. Anyways, this car has been really great. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. All right, guys, it's been one hell of a day here at Subaru Port Richey. Big shout out to Spencer and everybody here at the dealership. They really, like I said, just open up their doors and allow full access for Raiti's rides. It really is one of those things. The STI is one of those things. It's meant for a special kind of enthusiast. If you want that old turbocharged feeling, that feeling like the engine doesn't have any power and then bam, at 4,000 RPM, the boost builds up and kicks in and you're off like a rocket, this is the car for you. If you want that legendary history of the rally car, the Subaru domination in the World Rally Championship, this is the car for you. And the nice thing is, this 2017 being a limited, if you're into full leather interior, sunroof, also some safety features that you're not going to get in your standard STI when it comes to driving down the road, this is the car for you. So there's a lot of different options. It's up to you to get down to Subaru of Port Richey or any Subaru dealership in your area and take one of these for a test drive. If you have never driven one, it's a very, very unique and interesting experience, and it's definitely going to put a smile on your face. But anyways, I want to thank all of you guys for watching today. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for making that choice. I hope you feel that it's the right choice, and I hope you feel like you can keep coming back for more and more, because guess what? That's what I like to do for you guys. I love how this channel is really becoming a great community of people around the world, and that's why if you have not hit that subscribe button, join the community, join the journey. If you haven't been to my website, raitiesrise.com, my Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook pages, go to those, follow me there. I have great photos, sneak peeks, things that I'm doing on the side with track days and all this other stuff. If there's a particular car you want to see on Raiti's Rides or a topic, leave it in that comment section. Big shout out to Tom. Without you, man, this thing would not really be working very well, because it'd be a bitch to do it by myself. Yes, I just cursed. I apologize for all the kids out there. But anyways, at the end of the day, like always, I'll see you on the next ride.